Go!
By 1,000 points!
Yeah!
Yes, sir.
Go!
Keep it away.
The debut MCC. Since this was everyone's first time, no one really had an idea of what they were doing. A lot of breakout performances came from people you would not expect.
Killed one! Nice!
Ryan, throw the trident.
No!
I can't believe I got knocked off.
I killed Vic.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys were
Got
last
it.
one.
Yes! Yes! East! East! Yes!
After the initial 8 games, it came out to Team SMP Live consisting of Kara Corvus, King Burin, Kratzy, and Michael McChill, beating out Pizza Hut's team of Florian Funk, Refessor, and Vic Star in a close dodgeball match.
If you cross the line, your bow goes away.
This MCC came out 3 months after MCC 1. We saw the introduction of BattleBox along with many new personalities such as Krinios, RTGame, CPK, MiniMuka, Technoblade, and Tommyinnit, many of whom would join and stay for many MCCs afterward. The latter 3 had great debuts, all finishing in the top half with Technoblade and Tommyinnit both finishing in the top 5. This MCC saw HBomb 94's team of MiniMuka, Quig, and Ragai Rocky sweep dodgeball, with Ragai Rocky pulling an impressive 1v2 one round.
Time.
And an ace in another against Captain Sparkle's team of Captain Puffy, Philza, and Tommyinnit.
Nice shot.
Hit the other way. Get him.
This was when MCC began to shift from a quarterly to a monthly event. Big Sales at BuildMart was introduced along with several other new maps and changes to games. 2 teams had a dominating performance this MCC. Pizza Hut's team consisting of Shovel, S Major, and Vic Star, and Captain Sparkle's team of Krinios, Kratzy, and Solidarity Gaming. Captain Sparkle's team also became the first team to go 9 for 9 in a BattleBox. Both teams did so well that all of their members ended up in the top 10 individual rankings. Despite the crowd being against them, Pizza Hut's team swept the Blue Bats and took their first wins.
Nice, GG, we did it!
Many fans of the Sleepy Boys enjoy this MCC because it was the origins of the titular group. Consisting of Philza, Technoblade, Tommyinnit, and WilburSoot, this team had an outstanding lead from the start and almost never let go through all 8 games, with each member pulling off great performances to put them all in the top half.
Oh,
Why are you
good job,
going
Tommy.
in?
Good job, Tommy. Good job, Tommy. Nice work,
You know
Tommy. Get the
what,
last
you're
one. Full
getting
symmetry.
kills.
Full symmetry. Get full symmetry.
Oh, I just fell.
First! Tommy in second! The dynamic duo!
Technoblade's legendary performance also earned him the current individual point record of more than 4,000 coins, which has not yet been broken at the time of this recording.
Individual first place
By 1,000 points!
This MCC also introduced false symmetry in Rendog, marking the first of their many participations in succeeding MCCs. At the end, Pizza Hut's team consisting of King Burin, Michael McChill, and Vicstar123 edged out 2nd place against Captain Sparkle's team, putting them in 3rd place. The Green Guardians go up against the Sleepy Boys, but they prove to be too strong, cementing their performance with a sweep in dodgeball.
Yes! We win Minecraft Championships! Oh, we win!
This event marked the beginning of the transition from MCC being a mostly casual to a mostly competitive tournament. This MCC saw the introduction of a fan-favorite game, Sands of Time. The game's complexity stumped everyone the first time around, with no one earning more than 600 coins for that game. Despite that, this was where Scott's team balancing began to take effect. The Aqua Horses, consisting of Pizza Hut, the Errett, Tommyinnit, and Vicstar123, had several achievements this MCC, with them being the 2nd team ever to go 9 for 9 in BattleBox, and Pizza Hut being the first player to win all 3 hole-in-the-wall rounds.
Repeat!
After the 8 games concluded, 4 teams were in the running for the top spots, with only a 1.8 thousand coin difference between them. With a great performance from Quig's team of CPK, S Major, and Shovel, the Yellow Yaks beat the Aqua Horses 2-0, with Shovel clutching the game-winning shot in a great 1v2. Pride was the theme of this MCC, and the entire event donned the rainbow to match, with the lobby, user interface, and maps all receiving a colorful splash of paint. In addition, this MCC saw the introduction of many mainstays, namely Dream, Fruitberries, Fundy, George Not Found, Grian, and Pearlescent Moon. Bingo But Fast was introduced in this MCC, replacing its predecessor, but it still didn't get played. The Orange Ocelots, consisting of H-Bomb 94, In the Littlewood, Pizza Hut, and Solidarity Gaming, shot ahead in the late game with a 3,000 coin lead, with Pizza Hut achieving history by being the first person to complete the entire Parkour Warrior course.
Black Lives Matter, baby! That's what we're talking about!
And setting the all-time foot race record.
Speed in sub 3 minutes.
Meanwhile, the Blue Bats, consisting of Bitzel, Captain Puffy, Fruitberries, and Fundy, sat quietly in second or third place throughout the tournament and barely finished in the top 2.
If you can smack. Oh, okay.
Despite the Orange Ocelot's great performance, they lost against the Blue Bats 1-2 in Dodgebolt, with Fundy pulling off yet another 1v2. The hype for this MCC came to a fever pitch, largely due to the newly sparked Dream vs Technoblade rivalry, with many teams practicing for the event. The admins introduced Ace Race, replacing Foot Race with this bedazzling new upgrade. Sapnap joined this MCC, completing the Dream Team trio. Notable highlights include Technoblade's exploitation of BuildMart's mechanics, leading his team to finish first in a game they would otherwise struggle with, and forcing the admins to patch it for future events.
But we've also added material randomization to all builds across the board.
His team's strategies, along with clean gameplay in other games, would lead his team of Filza, CPK, and WilburSoot to barely scrape second against the Crimson Krakens, putting Captain Sparkle's team in third.
Stupid fail. 100.
We're 100 away!
However, this MCC was defined by the Green Guardians' phenomenal run, with Pizza Hut's team consisting of F-Whip, H-Bomb, and Eret finishing first, achieving the all-time team coin record at the time of this recording. Another notable change was a change for Dodgebolt being a best-of-5 series instead of best-of-3. This change made this Dodgebolt incredibly close and made for several epic plays. Technoblade achieved the current kill record in Dodgebolt with 13 total kills, including an ace. But H-Bomb clutched the final round in yet another 1v2 for Green to win 3-2. This MCC was characterized by the many strong teams vying for top 2. Tapple debuted this MCC and became a consistently strong performer through the rest of his stay.
This is the first time I'm actually going to be in the event.
His team battled many other teams, including the infamous Dream and Technoblade team-up. Their team, the Pink Parrots, included King Burin and Michael McChill, and they dominated in Battlebox and Parkour Warrior, with Dream being the second person to complete the course. Boom! Despite being the favorites to win, they barely scraped second, putting Tapple's team of Captain Puffy, Captain Sparkles, and Mephs in third. The Aqua Axolotls, consisting of F-Whip, H-Bomb, Quig, and Smallish Beans, dominated the competition to place first, strategically using Decision Dome items to get their strong games last, creating a 4.7 thousand coin lead over second. Despite this leading performance, their team lost against the Pink Parrots in one of the closest dodgebolts to date.
Take your time.
Nice! Nice! Nice, nice!
He's ready.
Everyone's gonna look back at you!
Let's go! Let's go!
With Dream getting the final shot to take out H-Bomb, cementing Pink's 3-2 win.
Channel to subscribe to.
Yes! Let's go! Let's go!
MCC9 introduced Sky Battle, a Sky Wars-esque game that forced creators to think fast. Tubbo debuted this MCC on Dream's team, which included Fundy and Sylvie. They broke out in a clear lead, staying first throughout a lot of the first half. Their lead came to an abrupt end when Lord Grian, Dreamslayer, and the rest of the Pink Parrots killed their team early in survival games.
The moment of my life!
Let me see what I had.
Come back, Grian, if you can.
Yeah!
And further slid down when Dream was caught by an iron door trap in Sands of Time.
The dumbest
Oh, wait.
mechanic. No!
In the meantime, the Blue Bats, consisting of False Symmetry, Fruitberries, H-Bomb, and Ren the Dog, had a dominating performance in survival games to put their team first for the rest of the MCC.
Tommy.
Got him.
Let's go! Let's go, baby! Look at that lead!
The Green Guardians, consisting of George Not Found, Kratzy, Sapnap, and Eret, held consistent top spots to secure second place.
We lost. We got third. Yes! 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 We got second! We got second!
Placing Captain Sparkle's team in third place. Again.
We got third. But we were in there for like good enough.
First two. I am
We were
so cursed.
we got third by
Oh
like
my
100
God.
something.
This MCC saw the first reverse sweep, with the Blue Bats clutching out 3 rounds in a row to shut down the Green Guardians' first 2 wins.
Don't think you can predict.
Yes! Yes! Let's go, George! Let's go!
Oh my
Yeah!
god. Got it.
with you?
What's up with you guys? Let's go.
Fuck.
Reverse sweep. Let's go.
Nice!
Yes. Let's go.
Let's go!
MCC 10 gave an opportunity for the viewers to participate, with 2 of the 10 teams being composed of audience members that auditioned for the spot.
I'm Araya. I'm Katie.
I'm Becca.
And I'm Corbin.
We're just gamers doing what gamers do. We're gonna get into Minecraft soon.
The competition remained fierce, with the top 5 teams all finishing very close to each other. There were also many standout individual performances this MCC, notably Dream's second finish of the Parkour Warrior course,
Let's go.
along with Quig and Technoblade's outstanding performances in Sky Battle.
Super low. Super low. Let's go.
In the end, it came down to a close finale in Build Mart, with the Green Guardians consisting of LD Shadow Lady, Quig, S Major and Shovel, and the Orange Ocelots consisting of Cubfan, False Symmetry, Pizza Hut, and Smallish Beans, edging out the competition to reach Dodgeball. This Dodgeball saw the Orange Ocelots reign supreme, with False Symmetry closing a 3-1 win with an ace against the Green Guardians. MCC turned spooky in MCC 11, with the hub, the team names, and the games receiving a Halloween makeover. This MCC introduced Dan TDM and Quackity, 2 people that will be a mainstay in the final MCCs of the season. There were several outstanding performances, both individually and as a team. Techno broke the ace race record, being the first person to finish the course in under 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Dream completed the Parkour Warrior course again, in what could be argued was the hardest iteration of the course,
Let's go! That was hard! That was hard!
causing the game designer, Epic Landlord, to blow up the map in rage.
Oh, it's blowing up! The whole thing's blowing up! Oh no!
In addition, Dream also broke the kill record in Sky Battle, pulling out the current coin record in the game.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Blue-Black Cats, consisting of F-Whip, H-Bomb, S-Major, and Shovel, pulled an outstanding performance in Build Mart, getting way ahead of the other teams to finish first overall.
We came in first by so much.
Dream's team, consisting of George Not Found, Carl Jacobs, and Sapnap, had phenomenal performances in Sky Battle, Parkour Warrior, and Sands of Time to contribute to their second place finish. The Future Frankensteins then swept the Blue-Black Cats in the first and only 3-0 to date, cementing their Dream run, with Dream getting an ace and 9 kills.
Let's go! Nice one.
Let's go.
Let's go! Let's go!
MCC 12 marked the first year since MCC began, and the hub and games were themed to match the birthday cheer. Parkour Tag rose in Parkour Warrior's place, creating a more team-oriented game in contrast to Parkour Warrior's individual test. This is viewed by many as the most balanced MCC to date, having the smallest coin gap between the 1st and 10th place teams. Illumina, Punza, and Wisp joined this MCC with strong debuts, and the Green Guardians, consisting of George Not Found, Filza, Tapo, and WilburSoot, snatched first place after a 5-win finish and hole in the wall, and never let it go throughout the entire MCC.
Yes! Yes!
3 first place, 3,000 points.
The Lime Llamas, consisting of Cubfan, Fruit Berries, Pearlescent Moon, and Smallish Beans, clinched second place after a close Sands of Time finish. Despite an initial first-round sweep, the Green Guardians won the next 3 rounds in Dodgeball, cementing their great performance with a win.
Take the wheel! Yeah!
MCC 13 capped off the last game in the season, and naturally the games, the names, and the hub were redecorated to fit the holiday theme. This MCC saw another record break, with the Coral Carolers accomplishing a perfect game in BattleBox, achieving all 9 wins with all 36 possible kills.
Oh my goodness! That's never been done. That's never been.
Team of Dan TDM, Kratzy, Sapnap, and Wisp maximized their lead in the first half with solid performances in the individual games.
Green.
Nice. Yeah. Let's go, Dave. Let's go.
This lead would be shaken in the latter half when games against their skill set were played with a higher multiplier.
I want to know what is going on through your mind to believe you should play Rocket Sleep instead of Sky Battle or survival games.
At the end, the team struggled to keep up in a Build Mart finale.
Please. Between what?
No!
Why?
It's right,
Dude,
what? Why?
Dude, oh no, if this is it.
Joe,
Dude,
we
no
didn't make it. That's so dumb. That's action.
We were in first and second the
That's
entire time.
And the teal turkeys, consisting of Illumina, Krinios, Puns, and Eret, took their top spot. Meanwhile, the purple penguins, consisting of False Symmetry, Grian, Kara Corvus, and Pizza Hut, scraped by in second place, edging out Captain Sparkle's team, who placed third. Again.
Earl or miles behind. They're more than like 1,000 points.
Yeah.
Nope, we might.
It
was
Sarge,
just 300.
the
curse.
Going into Dodgeball, the purple penguins established an early lead with 2 wins. But 2 1v2s by both Illumina and Puns in the 3rd and 4th rounds caused a large swing in morale.
No! Yes! Let's go! Let's go!
Leading the teal turkeys to clutch the final round in a reverse sweep.
And your bow goes away. Hit the other way, get him!
Let's go!